So welcome back, people. Episode 4 of
The Gray
That's Right
Podcast.
It's a beautiful day outside. We're going to get some work done here, get a good episode in, and hopefully some more views.
More views be excellent.
Yes.
Although apparently the analytics are telling us we had 22 independent unique viewers with 67 views last I checked. Was super cool for the first episode.
The fact that anybody is watching our shit is fucking cool.
It's pretty cool. I'm amazed.
And we just want to say thank you.
We appreciate all your support.
Yeah.
Please support us more. Like, link, share, subscribe, comment.
Yes.
Yeah, no comments yet though. No,
Nope.
not one comment.
Not even you guys suck. Like,
Yeah,
if I saw
suck.
you guys suck, I'd be like, yes, we got our first hater.
That'd be excellent. Yeah, I would like that.
All right, so let's get into this shit today. I got some topics here for us
Oh,
for this episode.
excellent. Because that's
We're
smart
gonna-
to do.
We're gonna start off with a little local news.
Oh, local. Oh, okay.
So
yes.
we're gonna touch on something we don't have all the facts on the subject, so we're gonna, just briefly.
wing it.
We're not gonna wing it, but we're gonna we'll stay within our range of what we know and respect that we don't know everything and all the facts and
Fair.
and
Yeah.
whatnot, right? So, of course, if you don't realize, we are from Canada, we are from New Brunswick.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
if you don't, if we're speaking about something and you guys are like, huh? You have the internet, look shit up, get some background, kind of a feel for what we're talking about and who we're talking about or whatever.
There is some drama out here for sure.
Oh, everywhere, right? All over the world. So this is just some local stuff for us. So recently, we've talked about this a little bit. That whole Jackie Vautour situation.
Mm-hmm.
So for you guys out there that know nothing of the situation, so this gentleman, his name is Jackie Vautour. That's round one. These people, not just him, families, had been living in a section of Gov't,
Oh, okay.
right? And at some point, the government decided, okay, look, we want these properties, we want this land, we're going to make this a national park.
Right. So in
Right.
Cushbagwak, they wanted to make a national park,
Yep.
and they kicked out a whole bunch of people
Oh,
off
but
their
let's-
property, or
let's-
bought out or something. Or
Let's say relocated people, and I mean, we're not going to, I don't know the details on who was paid, if anybody was paid, the amounts that were paid. I don't know.
or if they're
that.
just kicked out.
Oh, God knows, right?
'Kay,
so,
yeah.
so that's a whole other. we can go so far with this topic, but we will compress it as much as we can.
Okay, fair.
So anyway, Mr. Vautour decided to not accept the government's offer or whatever, I'm assuming, and decided to protest it and rebelliously decided that he wasn't leaving his home property, right?
Mhm.
So it's been a thing for,
For years.
I'm
Good
41.
30, 40
and
years,
this is
yeah.
before my time, so
Mhm.
it's a thing.
And by protesting, you mean he just didn't leave
Yeah, no,
right.
just protesting the government. Yeah, and
his own property.
yeah, and it's been a thing, and obviously now at this point, like we said, there's so many years that I would say that it's definitely part of New Brunswick history.
Our area for sure.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that being said, there's debates. People say he's been paid. Some people say he hasn't. Some people, there's different opinions and stuff on the matter.
Like it doesn't. His property himself didn't absolutely look like he wasn't paid.
Yeah. But, people talk and
Mhm.
that's just rumors. We're not, like I said, we don't have all the facts. We're not pretending to have all the facts. So we're just going to stick to the broader story here.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, what was it? A week ago now?
About a week. Yeah.
Yeah. The government, I'm assuming,
It's got to be.
Right? It's a national park, so nothing can be done in there without the government's approval for sure.
Yep, 100%.
So they did come along, and apparently, from what I've heard, they did give the family a warning that they were coming, and that they were going to give them a chance to get the belongings.
That's a detail, man.
Yeah.
Okay, sure, yeah.
So
that's like last week, you mean? Oh.
like right before they did that. Like,
Yeah.
So obviously the Mr. Vautour's family decided not to hear it or
Vacate the property, you mean?
or acknowledge the warning or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming they waited for whoever was living there at the time, because I think Mr. Vautour's kids would take their turns watching the property.
Okay, where's
Right.
Mr. Vautour?
I believe at this point Mr. Vautour has passed away.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's the family took up the civil thing, because I know there's a whole court processes and trials with this thing,
Okay.
and it's been going on for years. They're in court a lot, right? No, it's a
Yep.
thing, and like me and you have said, fighting the government in court is, on our end,
Almost
it's a losing
impossible.
battle.
Yeah.
Like you can't match the money. You can't.
And they can do whatever they want anyway.
Yeah. No, for real, right? Like I mean, I'm not trying to be disrespectful of our government or anything like that, but let's be honest. To me, my opinion, the government is a legal mafia, right? They can do whatever they want without any real consequence.
Mm-hmm.
There's been other things lately, especially with this liberal government. Like,
Oh, a lot.
there's a lot. No,
I'm
right?
actually worried about my property because it's really nice. It's on the water, and I'm half worried the government's going to come take it away from me
Yeah,
because it's a really nice spot.
but it's a thing, right? Like the government and that whole freedom convoy thing in Ottawa, that was a thing. But to get back to Mr. Vautour, so they destroyed the property.
Like the house?
Yeah, it's gone.
What?
Completely gone. They did apparently bring a U-Haul and all the possessions that were on the premise. They put in this U-Haul to bring it to the family, but since things went the way they went, I don't think they're in a hurry to approach the family right now, right?
I hope so, right?
Because
I'm going to go bulldoze your house down.
But they're and people are. We have emotions, we have feelings, things get charged and can get out of hand awful damn quick, right? We're human beings. It happens. Now that's not to say we condone violence or killing somebody or something like that or hurting someone, but it's a thing. It does happen. So it's I mean. My opinion also at the time is, he's been there for as long as we've been alive.
Yep.
He's not hurting nobody at that point.
No, and
Like,
on a
it's-
small piece of land.
Yeah,
Like-
very small piece of land, and I mean, it's part. Like I said earlier, I believe it's part of New Brunswick history. There's a place for that. So
And it's barely part of the park too. Like anywhere where people actually go visit stuff to the
Yeah.
park where you would pay to actually access, it's nowhere near that at all whatsoever.
No.
It's next to the highway,
yeah, it's on the main.
the main drag. Yeah,
Correct.
exactly.
But and also seeing it though is like, okay, what's that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially for tourists, like.
And the state of disrepair this place was because it's not the
It was a
first
shack.
time the government destroyed his house.
No,
Absolutely.
and it was a shack. Like it
Yeah,
wasn't a
that's it.
mansion. It wasn't a fancy house. It wasn't.
It's how we live. We're New Brunswickers.
Yeah.
We're essentially living like cavemen almost.
Yeah.
Like it and just sidetrack. Just from where we live now, we have all these outside people buying properties,
Yeah.
and now our home village is no longer like lived in by us,
No.
and it's almost sad because I'm worried what they want to do. I'm worried they want to put sidewalks. I'm like, I don't want sidewalks. That's not how this place.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No, no.
right?
But it's like you said, right? These places, like let's say the Western provinces, Ontario, that the cost of living there is becoming so high that these people can't afford these Hey, you're paying $3,000, $4,000 for an apartment, not a house, an apartment,
Yep.
right? Like a 2-bedroom apartment.
I lived in Vancouver for a year, and it was $2,000 a month for a 400 square foot bachelor studio apartment.
There you go. And then you come here, and you can get a property for under $1,000 a month.
Oh, this house here, case in point, although it needs a lot of repair, it's costing me $600 a month, and that's very expensive for what it is.
Yeah.
Because of this whole housing market bubble thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Because of all these outside people buying here.
that's right.
It's not worth what I paid for it.
Nope. But it's a thing, and so I've heard that they Mr. Votor's family are currently in court. I think this week or next week they have a thing. I don't know how that's going to go.
Why haven't I seen this in my feeds? I want to learn more about this.
Yeah, and but it was sad. I mean, I think they're
Destroying their home.
Yeah, and I think it's also, let's be honest, I feel that the government's kind of being a bully.
Oh, big time.
You know?
Absolutely.
Like it wasn't hurting anybody. Like
No one.
it was a thing to maybe make somebody ask a question like why is their house there,
Mhm.
right? And there's some locals say, look, that's Jackie Votor's house. Give them a bit of history of
And really a lesson in government oppression. Really.
yeah. It's
There's a lot of people in that area that's really not happy about the park and the government,
oh yeah,
even still today.
because it's the families generation. It's a generational thing, right?
Yep.
Like, that a lot of the grown-ups now there were kids when this happened, so
Well,
they
that's it,
remember
yeah.
being
Mhm.
evicted. Your brother-in-law
Yeah,
being
yeah.
one of them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's
Quite some disdain for the
no, but right, it's a thing, right? And it doesn't matter really where you look.
and our way of life and
Yeah.
and like so I've lived across Canada quite a bit and we'll say we living like natives, living off the land, that was somewhat that is part of a thing here. Like for me, vegetables and going to the grocery store, I'm like, no, we grew our own food. We had our own animals. That's how we survived.
Yeah.
And what was I gonna say with this? You're right. It takes a lot of land to actually support a population.
Yeah.
A very small population takes a lot of land. Now you take half the land away, you can't support yourself anymore.
Yep. So we're gonna watch to see what happens with this and read and stuff.
Update you.
Yeah. And but like it's not part of my history per se, and like ours, like we weren't exactly there, but like
We're about a 40-minute drive away.
yeah, but it's still, I have opinions on it. And,
Yeah, absolutely. Because what stops the government to do that to anybody at any time?
To
Really.
anybody. That's right. So
Absolutely.
so that's that.
Guns.
Yeah. And that's another issue, which I'm glad you said, because that'll bring me to my next topic.
Oh, really?
So we're gonna dive in and talk about the government a bit.
Okay.
So like, remember we talk of stuff, government policies, whatever. It's there's also in where we are, there's there's people on drugs like everywhere else,
Mm-hmm.
and there's been a few thieving situations.
Thieves.
Yeah, as of late.
What?
Yeah, people have been trying to steal shit.
I need a baseball bat.
Yeah, I'm not going to incriminate myself online on air, so I'm just going to zip it right now.
Yeah.
But we've talked about this. It's kind of messed up where, you, me, a lot of people,
Well, you're legally not allowed to protect
defend
yourself and your property.
right?
Yep. You're legally
which
not
is,
allowed.
let's be serious, that is fucked up.
Yep. Absolutely.
you
When
work-
did we stop being animals on this planet?
Yeah, you work hard for your living.
Yeah.
Whatever you have, you earn. It's yours. And for somebody who chooses not to want to work or
Yeah.
do something with themselves and chooses to
Steal
be
from
on
you.
drugs or
Mhm.
whatever, look, man, that's your issue, not ours. But if you come to my property and try to take something that doesn't belong to you, you're gonna regret it.
Yep.
Like, I'm sorry, but that's how it is. Like,
I should really go to school for law and
Like,
learn all this
it's-
stuff.
It's just,
At least read about it.
and like we said, we hurt somebody in that scenario. They could sue us.
Yeah. Yeah. They were trespassing on our property. destroying our property,
Yep.
harming us physically.
Yeah.
And if we harm them, we're the ones in trouble.
Yeah. It makes literally no sense.
Like it really, we need to clarify this. And anybody knows any of this stuff, any of the legal articles, please comment. Put links.
Comment. Let's have a discussion, people.
I would like that. Yes, please.
Yes. And and then let's touch on the convoy stuff and just, like at one point, the government, our fucking government, refers to these people as terrorists.
They didn't terrorize anybody. They didn't hurt anyone.
Like
they were parked when their trucks on the street.
Are
it
you
has nothing
serious?
to do with actual transportation.
Are you
of goods
freaking
across the country.
serious? Like what is our country coming to?
Oh, dude. Our current leader, he needs lying. I'm sure he's stealing, embezzling a lot of money.
Yeah.
I have no idea how he's still in power, how he's not in jail. But we're Canadians. We're too nice. Well, we're not going to prosecute anybody.
Yeah. And I mean,
but then that's what they do to Jack Vautour, right? Oh, let's go destroy his house.
Yeah. And I mean, let's go to the States for a second. You have them impeaching Trump for shit. All these other people, like, why the hell aren't we doing the same thing here? Why aren't we impeaching Justin Trudeau?
Absolutely.
Because you're spending way too much money.
Ridiculous amount. And what's funny, what's going to happen is we're going to elect a conservative government the next time.
More than likely.
And we're going to blame them for all our money woes. Right? Because they're the ones that has been dealt a hand by the Liberals beforehand.
Yeah.
And if any of you, it was the war in Ukraine and COVID. No. Justin has been spending ridiculously way before any of that.
And now with these new...
and the money will just fix itself. Well, our grocery bill has pretty much doubled.
The cost of living right now
it's stupid.
Is insane. Everything besides our wages are going up.
Yeah, exactly.
You got the NB Power Company asking for
11% more this next year or whatever.
Right?
Like
and
food,
and it's like
inflation.
It's constant. You're not providing any more service. You're just doubling our rates for what we use already. So it's not that you're using more power. It's just their rates go up.
Yep.
So your bill goes up. That's all that is. They're not providing you a better service.
Nope.
They're not. Like it's insane.
I'm gonna half intend to look into the rise in cost of living.
Yep.
Cost of living.
So
since like 2018.
Yep. It's gone up for sure.
Because I want to know the actual numbers. I want to see, I want to actually put a percentage between this fiscal year, it gone up 10%. Next year, it gone up 15%. But remember, this is compounded. 10% increase, but that 15% increase, but that's 15 on top of the previous year's already increased by 10%. So it's not a 15% increase. It's like an 18% increase.
Yep. And I mean, lately we've been hearing things how Mr. Trudeau has been getting money from China.
Yeah.
And they're talking about rigged elections and stuff like that.
Oh, we should really do, because all the little things that you're not putting together, like, so what we call taking intelligence instead of just getting information. We really need to look into getting all the information and pointing to picture. That's what's actually going on. Because you get these small articles, in within by themselves, fairly benign. Okay, inflation, whatever. But let's put it all together in one
big
narrative.
Picture. Let's paint
let's paint the picture for you.
Yeah.
And which in that case would be called intelligence.
Yeah.
And the military type stuff, and see what really is going on, what's happening, and all the stuff that Trudeau has accomplished to the detriment of everybody.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even allowed to be called, no, I'm not a father, but I'm not even allowed to be called a father. When I call a government office, they can't say Mr. I'm like, what? Yeah, because of this whole trans movement and stuff.
Oof. Okay,
no, legit.
I'm not going there today.
Yeah.
But it's a topic for another day, for sure. And I mean, like something else, like when you think governments and all that stuff and impeaching and all that stuff, then you get other situations too, like that whole Jeffrey Epstein thing, right? They have that list of people. Nobody's been prosecuted on that.
Nope, just Jeffrey.
Yeah.
But there's a whole bunch of people, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think really what would happen, the whole world or the Western world will fall apart.
Yeah.
Like everybody who has money, who's actually controlling and owning all the stuff,
for sure.
they would be taken down, and then nothing would exist. Nothing would happen.
But then you, like we said, you have these people impeaching people like Trump.
Yeah, right?
Putting Andrew Tate in jail.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
And then none of these predators that
are
are
actually
on this
being
list
held accountable.
are being held accountable. Like, that's the world we live in right now.
Yeah.
Like, let's think about that. That's the world we live in right now.
Last night I was last night or the night before, I was actually thinking the Western world, like North America, is absolutely falling apart. And the rest of the world is just laughing. It's like, well, we're just gonna take over because you're imploding.
Yeah.
Culturally, financially,
Yeah.
all the ways.
Yeah, saying that, I actually seen a clip on YouTube where it's Putin, and he's like, America, we don't have to do anything to you guys.
We don't have to.
You guys are doing it to yourselves.
Yep. I'm just gonna wait 10 years.
Yeah.
And then I'll take my army over there and run you right over.
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
So-
Yeah. Absolutely.
But it's
Yep.
it's messed up, and like, hopefully, our next election or before that, something will be done. Trudeau will be addressed and taken care of.
Trudeau's not going to be addressed other than just getting a new leader guy.
Well,
But then unfortunately, it's just going to be the Conservatives. I really would like to know what would happen if Jack Layton did not get sick.
when he had the opportunity.
I would have loved to do that. And a little bit of politics stuff. Canada, we have like 5 different parties or something. US is only 2, and I'm surprised how really the dichotomy of their mentality and their politics is like one or the other. You can't be halfway. You can't be in between.
Yeah.
That to me blows my mind.
But I find their system also is really ingrained with religion, more so than ours. Like,
Well, one of the sides, left or right.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means.
it's very but it's very religious based. A lot of like with that gay subject for example was a big thing when they allowed gay marriages. The other whichever party it was opposed it. And they went
religious.
biblical. They tried going biblical with it and all that stuff. So.
They don't understand what Jesus is all about. Like, it blows my mind.
But anyway, so that's going to be it for that subject for now.
Their 10-second warning for next topic.
Yep, and it's there's a lot to cover in all this stuff.
There's a lot.
So-
Please comment and share it to people who would like to comment, because I would like to have a discussion. And right now, this isn't live streaming or anything, but I would like to get to that point and have comments and people real time to actually. And then at that point, I'm sure our shows won't be half an hour anymore. They'll be like hours. Like we'll have our own TV show or like a radio.
So
hours.
to round this off, obviously we're Canadian. We said this a few times already.
You wanted a flag in here, didn't you?
Yes, we need
Figure
to be
that out.
a little bit patriotic and have a flag, Carl.
Yeah. Oh, also that being our intro song is a song I wrote for Blake. He asked me to write for him.
So right now the playoffs for the National Hockey League have started.
Oh, hockey playoff, really?
Playoff
There's no
hockey.
snow anymore.
I know, but it's playoff time, and us Canadians, we love our hockey.
Love the hockey.
Yeah. So, I think it'd be cool just to go over the teams that have made the playoffs and come make some comparisons and maybe some predictions.
Sure.
And maybe you guys can give us your opinions, who you think is going to win the cup, whatnot. Maybe opinions on why the fuck isn't Gary Bettman moving the Arizona Coyotes out of there?
I don't know much about anything. I don't follow sports. If I was going to play a sport like boxing, it would be my thing. Even kickboxing, I've been kind of half watching that lately. My thing, though, with this hockey situation stuff, you have hockey teams in places that has no ice. You can't have a hockey team where there is no ice. Okay?
Yes,
Like,
they
nobody
can.
cares. Nobody knows how to skate. Like, you don't know what cold means. Like,
they have the technology.
It bothers me.
They have the
Like,
technology for ice.
Sure, but who wants to go cold when they're used to being nice and warm?
But you know what? Especially that you said that, I've seen a lot of Canadian-based players that play in our climates, in our Canadian climates, and come playoff time or a few times in the season where they meet these teams where it's hot, they find it very hard to play because the climate
it's humid or just hot.
But you're still on ice, and the ice is there, but you're sweating a lot more.
And the environment,
right?
it's not the same.
So,
and really, I don't know actual numbers. I apologize, but I mean, half/3/4 of the people playing on American hockey teams are
Canadian. Yeah. Oh, at least half,
because we have ice here.
Yeah. But you have a fair amount of European players,
because they have ice there.
And some of the states have ice, not all, but some.
Like actual Boston, and then
Chicago.
Okay. All the places close to Canada. Jeez.
So let's just go over the playoff trees that there is right now. So I know that Boston is playing Florida in the first round.
So does that mean Eastern Conference?
This would be Eastern Conference, yes.
Because my last foray into hockey was when I was young, and Quebec Nordiques were still a team.
Yeah.
And the Hartford Whalers. Hartford Whalers. That's a cool brand team. Anyway, they don't exist anymore.
No, they're.
What was the North Stars? What was the place? Back at the original the North Stars.
Minnesota North Stars.
Is it Minnesota originally? Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Minnesota have a team now?
The Wild.
Why not Minnesota North Stars?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So now in the East you have Boston playing Florida.
Okay, East Boston playing Florida.
You have Toronto.
Florida has no ice.
You have Toronto playing Tampa Bay.
I'm not sure where Tampa Bay is.
Orlando, around that.
So Florida. Okay, so again in Florida,
around that area. Then you have Carolina playing the New York Islanders.
Somewhat mountainy there, from what I understand. So it might be ice on top of the mountains. Fine, snow at least.
Yeah. So, and then you have the New York Rangers,
which is is New York Rangers the state or the city?
The Islanders is the island. There's an island there, right?
Okay, Manhattan.
Right?
Manhattan Island? Only island I know of, anyway.
Yeah. And then I think the Rangers is the state of New York.
Is New York a state? I don't think so. I have to look that up.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then they're playing the New Jersey Devils.
So a city has two teams.
Well, it would be the same equivalent as Quebec having Montreal Canadiens and the Nordiques. Same scenario.
Well, no, because
Alberta having
Quebec Nordiques is the city of Quebec.
Yeah.
And then Montreal is the city of Montreal in the province of Quebec.
Yeah.
The state.
But still the province has two teams.
Sure, the province. Sure.
It's like Alberta having Calgary and Edmonton.
Different states or different cities. Sure.
Same cities.
Yes.
Same state.
Sure.
So that's it for the East. And then in the West, you have Colorado playing Seattle. Avalanche.
Seattle. Colorado. That's about halfway through. Colorado's very nice.
The Nordiques.
I've driven there.
The Nordiques became Colorado.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Then you have Dallas playing Minnesota.
So, and Dallas
are the Stars now.
Took the Stars from Minnesota.
Yeah.
And now they're playing against
the Minnesota
Wilds.
Yeah.
I need to go to Minnesota. I don't think I've been there.
And then you have also Vegas.
Kind of afraid to leave the country at the moment.
Vegas is playing Winnipeg.
Another place that has no ice. Now, Winnipeg is fucking cold as shit.
And then to round it off, you have the Edmonton Oilers playing the Los Angeles Kings.
LA is another one that has no ice.
Yeah.
But they've been around for quite a while.
They've been there for quite a while.
But they had Gretzky from Canada.
For a long time, right? he left Edmonton and went to LA.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Which was a whole thing.
Was it a whole thing at the time?
Oh, because at that point, Edmonton had that dynasty, had all those big players, had Gretzky, Messier. They won a few cups there.
I was going to add. They won. Okay, fair. Well, that's kind of proud to have.
So let's start with Boston, Florida. Who do you think is going to take that one?
I know nothing. However, I'm going to say Boston because it's cold there.
I'm saying Boston just because of their style. They're a big team. They play rough. They're aggressive.
I have a brother-in-law that likes Boston. It's all about Boston.
And they're they'll they'll beat and pound and wear you out.
Mm-hmm,
And just fatigue makes you make big mistakes.
Oh,
sometimes.
absolutely. Well, you can't play anymore. Just like you're snowboarding or any sport. Hey, look, once you get tired, get off the field because you will hurt yourself.
Yeah. And then in Toronto, Tampa. So I picked Boston against Florida. Toronto, Tampa. I'm going with Tampa.
Can we start a pool and make money off this somehow? Okay, so Tampa and who?
Toronto.
Tampa Bay versus Toronto.
Yeah. Toronto have been making are a good team all season long, and they have been the last few 5 years. Come the playoffs, Toronto fans are going to hate this, but you guys are fucking choke artists.
They probably wear themselves out during the season, and they have no steam left for the playoffs. Is what my assumption is.
Yeah, but
I don't watch hockey or anything.
They come to the playoffs and they just.
I'm thinking about buying hockey NHL 2024,
and they're out. They're gone.
3, whatever.
Right, like it's
right away.
It's
Vancouver went to the Cup one time there recently enough. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, so Toronto made the playoffs.
Yep.
So half the Canadian teams made the playoffs.
Yeah.
You said 3 out of 6.
Yeah.
And Toronto's going to get eliminated right away, you think?
More likely.
Yeah.
I would bet on it.
There's a lot of cool memes about Toronto just sucking. But somehow they still have money to keep going.
Yeah. Well, it's a fair hockey market. Like Toronto has always been.
Yeah, they care, right?
It's a hockey town, right?
Especially like the original. What was the number?
The original 6.
6, right? Like these are hockey places.
Yeah. Toronto being one of them, Chicago being one of them,
Boston,
Montreal,
and Nordiques, right?
I believe it was the Nordiques.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
So I'm definitely going Tampa on this one.
Tampa versus
Toronto. Taking. Tampa.
Oh, okay. Because we're talking about the series of 7 games. Is what we're talking about.
Yeah. So
okay, and circle it. I want you to. I want to keep track of this.
Tampa.
And then this gives us like something to talk about for our next like show.
Yeah.
Wait, continue.
So Carolina and the Islanders. I think these teams are pretty evenly matched, to be honest.
Carolina, what?
Hurricane. Yeah. Now I will say, I feel that Carolina has a bit more playoff experience, and for that, I'm definitely going with them.
Is it different hockey during the playoffs? Hasn't the New Jersey or New York Islanders, haven't they been a team longer than the other team? Wouldn't they have more experience? I guess not the same people.
No, it's the Islanders have been the team for longer.
Mm-hmm.
But technically, Carolina was still a team previously, just they weren't called Carolina.
What were they called?
Hartford Whalers.
Oh,
right? Because they just relocate these teams. It's not
right.
The last time 2 teams just poofed out of the air before Seattle. So Seattle just became a new franchise. It wasn't a relocated franchise.
So Seattle Mariners?
No,
that's baseball.
Crackle. Kraken. Crackle. Sorry about that. The Seattle Kraken.
Rice Krispies.
Yeah. They just became a team.
Okay. Yep.
Vegas
new team.
just became a team. Just like in the time when we were younger, Tampa Bay and Ottawa.
Lightnings?
Yeah.
Interesting.
They became teams.
Lightnings came the team
in the
at the
90s,
same time as Ottawa?
The same year.
No way.
Mid-90s.
Because when the Senators came out, I was like...
Their logo was cool. I like their logo.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And so I'm definitely going Carolina on that one.
Although Winnipeg, they care about their hockey. They were so proud to have that team back and all that.
Yeah.
It of all the places that I've seen NHL games, Winnipeg was the best. People was into it, man.
Have you been to Montreal?
No, I have not been.
No, you have.
Although I've gone to bars during game nights, and it's quite fun when Montreal is playing. Yeah. Absolutely.
And you win. Woo, party. So the next one is the New Jersey Devils.
Yeah, they've been around.
Rangers.
New York Rangers.
Yeah. As much as I hate this one, I'm going to go Rangers. I wish New Jersey.
The Devils are called. I can't picture the logo.
It's the little devilish looking thing. I'll show you. So
nope, not important. Keep going.
So who do you think, the Devils or the Rangers? I'm gonna go Rangers.
I'm gonna go with Devils just because I'm watching Lucifer right now on Netflix. So
Carl Blake.
I'll go with the Devils,
which I love. Lucifer is good. I've watched it all.
It's good, but part of the problem I'm doing right now is I'm binge watching. Like in the last 2 or 3 days, I watched almost 3 seasons, and I'm kind of sick of it because it's kind of the same thing as it's a detective show.
Yeah.
And I need to learn to pace myself and do other things.
Yeah, because you get bored of it, right?
Yeah.
I'm the same way. So I want to finish this up.
Yeah.
Colorado, Seattle. Who do you have? Colorado, Seattle. I'm going to go Colorado for sure.
Colorado's pretty. I haven't been to Seattle. Almost went, but didn't go.
So are you going to say Colorado too?
Yeah, Colorado's pretty. Oh, they're on drugs though. They have legalized marijuana or whatever.
Yeah, here too. We like our weed.
And we're not winning, Blake.
We don't have a hockey team. Who's going to take it? Dallas, Minnesota.
It's like they're fighting each other. Or themselves, rather. Sorry.
Finish him.
Dallas Stars versus Minnesota
Wild. I'm gonna go Minnesota. I'm definitely going Minnesota on this one.
Yeah, I'm not too sure where Minnesota is, but Dallas definitely does not have ice.
So are you going Minnesota or Dallas?
Minnesota.
Okay. Vegas, Winnipeg. I'm gonna go Winnipeg also.
Jeez, Vegas. Vegas has no ice. Like at all.
And to finish it up, since you're going that way, Edmonton or LA?
That's like Gretzky versus Gretzky is what you're talking about right there.
But one with ice and one without in the way you're speaking.
Yeah, but LA, there's a lot of people.
I'm going to go, especially McDavid, I'm going Edmonton.
I'm going to go with LA just because Lucifer, that show is based in LA. I want Edmonton to win.
So
actually, I would love a jersey for all.
So let's just recap.
There's only 6. There's 6 jerseys I need to buy.
Canadian ones?
Yeah.
Montreal, Toronto, Ottawa, Vancouver, Calgary, Winnipeg.
Maybe I could buy the jerseys.
It'd be neat.
Be kind of cool, yeah.
So just to recap. So in the first one we had Boston, both of us.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
Second one, Tampa Bay
versus
Toronto.
Yeah.
Okay. Carolina over the Islanders.
Sure.
You picked the New Jersey Devils. I picked the Rangers.
Oh, your Philadelphia Flyers are in it there.
Well, they didn't make the damn playoffs. Don't get me started on that, you bastard.
His basement is painted in the color. It's so funny.
We'll get there. Don't worry. We'll get there. They actually haven't won a cup since '78. They've won 2 cups in their franchise. The last one was in '78.
Oh wow! Why do you still like them?
Just the style. I've liked a lot of the players. I like their way they play. They're an aggressive team. Well, we can match Boston. Like the same reason I picked Boston. If my Flyers were here, they'd be playing that same style. Plus, in 2010, the Flyers and Boston played each other
13 years ago,
and the Flyers were down 3-0 in the series.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Came back to win it.
No
Game
way.
7. So they won the next 3 games, tied the series up at 3 apiece, and took the next one. And I think it was in overtime.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was intense.
Cool.
I made myself a lot.
I think I see that.
I made myself a lot of money that year too, because I was like, "Oh yeah,
you're gambling on hockey, were you?"
We're just friends, And one of the guys I bet with, I even made him sign my money. Like, here, I want you to sign.
Oh my god!
And then I got somebody to take a picture as I pose with the $20 bill with his signature.
That's exactly what you need to do.
Like humiliation, bitch.
Absolutely.
So that's it for today, guys.
That's fun.
Thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Carl, any last comments?
I had something to say for the end, but it's gone because we're completely over time.
Yep.
We're trying to stick to it, to schedule our topics and stuff.
Yep.
Thank you very much for listening, everyone. Please watch the whole thing.
Yep.
We're fun. We're just friends.
And you
chatting,
give us some
hanging out.
feedback.
Yes, please give us feedback.
And please, somebody tell us we suck.
Yeah, something at least. Like the first video ever that got on YouTube under me somehow. I don't even know how.
Yeah.
But the only one comment is "you suck." And please, anything just to let us know you're alive and you're listening.
Yep.
It'll be fun. Thank you.